I am Calvin, aka Finati Vlogs, and this is the story of my life. Alright guys, what is going on? This is Finati, yet bringing you another brand new video for you guys today. So first and foremost, before I even jump into this one, you already see the title, but before I even mention what's going on, I want you to subscribe, turn notifications on, like this video, and go follow me on all four of my social medias, and I will be happy with that. So do all those three things, and yeah, thanks. Anyways, what this video is going to be about is I have a lot on my mind. I feel like, you know, me in front of a camera will I can kind of explain to you guys, because everyone wants to see, or at least I do, I like to see what people's lives are about. That's why I like to even watch smaller YouTubers, just because it's awesome to see other people around the world and see how their life is. But I mean, obviously we don't, us YouTubers don't really say anything that we're gonna regret on camera, so we don't we all have privacy. What you see on camera isn't the full thing, you know what I'm saying? This is to give you a perspective of where I come from, and this video of where I come from, how I was raised, how I grew up, kind of thing. And this is literally the story of my life. This also really bothers me. I just gotta get this off the chest. Before I even get started, I am adopted. That just actually just came to mind. But what I was gonna say is that I hear people always complaining about their life, their job, how much their life sucks, and they have it so bad. Well, they don't really know how bad they got it. And you might be behind the screen, you might be one of those people, that mention, oh, my job sucks, and my life sucks, and complaining about this and that. Well, do you really have it that bad? My question. This is to give you a perspective of my life, and I'm gonna share my story right now. So I'm gonna start as far back as I can remember, which I'm gonna start with 5 years old. Like I said, I got my notes, so I'm gonna kind of read off here to keep my mind on track and going in order of day one that I remember. So growing up, when I was 5 years old, I grew up in an abusive home with my dad. Actually, I would call him stepdad because I was adopted. I have a real mom, but I just don't know my actual dad. But when I refer to dad, I'm talking about my stepdad, so just know that I'm talking about him the whole time. So my dad, he was really abusive. I'd get slapped, punched in the head for, what kids do, the stupid little kid stuff. I would get thrown around, kind of beat, and it just, I don't know, it sucked. And by the way, just a disclaimer, my dad, that I love more than anything in the world today, he's a changed man. He doesn't abuse us at all. This is all in the past, and he changed completely. So he is not doing this anymore for the past 15 years, literally. So anyways, my mom always got thrown around too. She always got abused in the relationship. She also was a successful nurse, and she was actually a really great mom. She was obviously a single mom for a while, but at least she had the support from my grandma to kind of take care of me and my sister at the time. So that was really helpful, because I don't know what my mom would do without my grandma, to be honest. I don't know what I would do without my grandma. But so we were living back and forth with my grandma and my mom when we were, trying to stay away from my dad. And I don't really want to say too much about him, because I don't want, him to get mad at me for sharing this kind of stuff. But it's all in the past. It's totally fine. So yeah, that was at 5, and I'm gonna skip to about 7, I would say. We packed and moved from my dad's. Dad found out and literally wanted to kill it. Probably not kill us, obviously, but he threw a big tantrum, and he's obviously went to counseling to fix his problems. But he definitely flipped out, like really bad. I'm not gonna share, but like he flipped out bad. That's all I can say because I remember how bad he flipped out. So we're gonna move on to 8 years old now, just like a year later. Divorce was finally finished. My mom met a new guy, and he literally took care of all of us. He also had 3 kids, which was crazy because, and he took me, Cheyenne, and my little sister Kaylee in. And Shy's adopted. That's my real sister. And he took us all in, which was pretty, you know, generous of him, to be honest. This relationship with my mom and him lasted about 8 years, maybe 7. But about 8 years. And a year before, you know, she left him, he started noticing like money missing and stuff, all this stuff missing, and like credit card purchases, you know, on his statement and stuff, you know, withdrawals, like his card would be declined in stores and stuff when you go to make a purchase, make him look like an idiot because he didn't know my mom was spending all that money. Then they started fighting and arguing all the time about money. It would be around us kids too. They wouldn't do it secretly, so, you know, they would always argue. They pretty much hate each other, to be honest. So at about 9 years old now, abuse from mom started. Alright, I would always, you know, get shoved against the wall for something I would do or something she wouldn't like. She'd punch me in the head, you know, because she had that control, you know, because I wasn't big enough. And so I would just, you know, get thrown around pretty much all the time. And like she'd punch me in the stomach even, like, I don't know, or kick me in the stomach. So eventually I started running away from home because of the abuse, her screaming at me getting fucking scared. So I would start running and she would chase me down with the vehicle, nearly run me over. You know, she would always say, no, I wasn't trying to run him over, I was trying to get my kid. But she was crazy. You don't know how crazy she was, but she was crazy. She would have stabbed me with a knife probably if she had the chance. So I would literally pull a knife out on her a few times just to protect myself. I would always be like, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and like, you're not gonna stop me. And she would start crying because, you know, I'm her baby boy, but she cared enough about me to throw me around, I guess. Cops were always involved. There's probably cops at my house at least twice a month, and my dad would get called to straighten me up to avoid the cops, you know. And he would try to straighten me up, and, you know, he'd fucking slap me. I remember he fucking broke my phone. I just got a new phone, and he fucking chucked it because I wouldn't give my mom my phone and shit. And I just took off and went for a walk to cool myself, and she flipped out and just totally tried, you know, finding me. And I saw her, I started running, I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And then my dad was with her. No one would ever believe my story. Like, I would be the innocent one. Obviously, I'd cause trouble in school and stuff. You know, I'd be always causing trouble in school. But the thing is that she kind of made me that way, because if it fucked with me for a while just because of the shit she would do. And not a lot of people know about a lot of the abuse. Not telling anyone my story, my life story like I am now. It's just kind of, you know, I guess I'm just holding it in for a while, and it feels a lot better to talk about it. So this kept happening till I was about 14, right? And then, okay, we're gonna go to 12 years old though. She got into drugs. Let me take a drink. The main drug was obviously heroin, as a lot of people know. Just look her up, Tracy Lee Janik, and you will find, or it might be Janik or Bouveret, but you'll be able to find out how my mom actually went to prison. Started being lazy, and obviously she lost her job all because of the wrong group of people getting hooked up on heroin. No one knew about this either. And then she got a tumor though, and she had 2 of them, I believe. She got one, she had to go in for surgery. I don't know about the other one, but she always like had these headaches, and then she was always in and out of the hospital. Like every single week she went to the hospital at least once, if not more, for the drugs that they gave her, because she loved the high. I mean, that's what a drug addict is going to do, is go to the hospital to get another high if they don't have their own supply, you know. But about 13 years old, I got into a car accident. Oh my god. 13 years old. Not to mention, it's my 13th birthday. 13th birthday. She got into a car accident, hit a semi right in the rear end, and it had a trailer. I believe it was moving because my mom was on her phone and she was high on drugs, heroin obviously, and she's like texting on her phone and we're just coming back from everything. We went to Hooters. Yeah, 13-year-old went to Hooters. And then I went to the mall, went shopping, and then we were on our way home, and she's texting on her phone. It doesn't help to be high. She freaking hits the semi in the back, and if she wouldn't have swerved, we would have went under the semi, and it would have took our whole hood of her car off. And we're going like 60. So she swerves, hits my side because I'm in the passenger, and my head smashes out the window. So I black out, and then when I wake up, I'm kind of like doing one of these things, trying to wake up, and I feel like there's blood all over me. I had a few cuts and scrapes, you know, didn't go to school the next day. I went to school the day after that. Yeah, we went to the hospital, and she's crying in another room. Like, I can hear her, and she's crying, screaming. She's like, oh my God, my fucking car, because it got totaled. And she cared about her car. She didn't mention me a single time. And that really broke my heart, you know, because she cared about her car more than me. And I'm sitting there like probably 4 hours on the stiff board. I go to get up and I pass out on the ground, and then obviously it was like a quick faint, and then I got back up, sat on the, you know, the bed, and you know, kind of sat there for a little while. But yeah, so that kind of was, you know, heartbreaking, pathetic, I guess. And she was always stealing from people, like, or mostly my grandma. She even stole from her own kids, which was really pathetic. You know, you steal from your own kids. All three of us got stolen from, me, Kaylee, and Cheyenne. Stole thousands of dollars, like, total, like, in this whole lifespan from my grandma, you know, until this day that happened, like, 5 years ago. Up to 5 years ago, I would say. Always getting suspended from school and making trouble. So, like, I feel like the parenting was, like, what made me what I am today, and why I made stupid decisions and always, you know, get suspended from school, didn't give a damn. And I was a little kid too. I was only 13 when this was happening. I probably got last time I got suspended from school was like 2 years ago, I think. And if I did get suspended, it was inside school, so I don't count those. And it was just stupid stuff like parking on the side of the street where it's legal to park, but if you go to school, you can't legally park there. It was a messed up situation. That's why I would get suspended. But anyways, we're moving on. So this is 14 or 15 years old. We're gonna go to always fighting with mom, not physical, but like arguing. You know, she's pretty much, the abuse stopped between 14 and 15 from her because I was a lot bigger, and I would stick up for myself because she tried touching me one time, and I don't ever, you know, fight girls, but I was a little kid and fearing for my life, and my mom was like 185 pounds. And I'm this like 140 pound dude, you know, she's probably like nearly 200. But anyways, I pushed her down one day and she got so fucking like scared. She looked like a fucking pussy, not even gonna lie. Not saying you should go, you know, fight your mom, but that I just had to do it, so because, you know, I wasn't gonna get hit again. She would scream at me and call me names like every day, you know, because she's on drugs. She'd always just sleep around, lay on the couch. And she would just like scream at me when she didn't like something, or scream at me for no reason, or if I told her to get up, she'd get so annoyed and just scream at me, call me a retard, a dumbass, a piece of shit. I'm a fucking asshole. I'm such a dick. You know, my dad can say a lot meaner things, like my stepdad. He can say a lot meaner things, you know, that's really depressing, but I don't listen to him because I don't want to hear it. Like I said, she's always sleeping, so she wasn't ever cooking for us kids. If someone did cook, it was literally my sister Cheyenne. She would actually cook. I mean, we'd be eating maybe fucking hot dogs and mac and cheese, or a freaking frozen lasagna from the store most of the time, or DiGiorno pizza, like stuff like that, like not real foods, like pizza pockets and stuff, like I don't know. But anyways, we relied on my grandma to feed us and buy us groceries and clothes and stuff. So we would come over here most of the time for like good meals and stuff, and like take the leftovers to mom's and stuff, and obviously have leftovers. So we found drugs and stolen items like checks, car keys, and jewelry from my grandma, like stolen stuff, and found drugs like needles, empty bags of heroin. And I turned her in, and she was out of jail like 3 times before she actually went away for a long time. And obviously she had warrants, wouldn't show up to court dates. if cops would like knock on our door, she'd be like, shh, shh, get down, get down, get down. And obviously us kids are gonna listen to our mom. And I know why she's doing it, because she's trying to hide. I eventually moved in with my grandma like before because of the arguing and stuff with my mom, because we didn't get along. So I literally moved in before my sisters did. Like, I would say I was living there probably a year before my sisters moved in. And then I'm at 16 right now. She had warrants, like 4 to 6 warrants out for her arrest. I found out she just got, you know, packed up and left. Probably didn't even pack anything. She just left one day out of her house, and my 2 sisters obviously lived there. And I'm 16 at the time, just got my license. Like, this happened a month after I was already driving. And then I'm already living with my grandma, so I come home one day to check up on the girls, and she's gone. I can't find her, I can't call her, nothing. She's gone. And she probably disappeared for like 4 months, about 4 months, and eventually turns herself in. You know, she calls us saying, I'm gonna turn myself in, trying to make us feel proud of her, but we're not proud of anything she has ever done, you know, in her life. So what makes, you know, her think that we're gonna be proud of her, you know? Eventually, she turns herself in and she goes to prison for 4 years, probably a little over 4 years. And I haven't talked to her in like 5 years, literally, ever since I moved in with my grandma. And eventually, I got my first MIP. If you guys don't know what that is, it's minor in possession. And I believe I got an MIC, which is minor in consumption. I don't know if those charges were both on there or if they only charged me for one. But I was drinking with my buddy in Caseville, and I just pretty much got wasted. The cop caught me. I ran from the cops. He caught me again, and yeah, didn't get arrested. I was 16, so he had someone come get me, which was my dad's friend that came and got me, and I went to my dad's, and yeah, so I was on there for like till like after I was 17. I eventually did get a tether when I was like 17, just because I drew a big huge penis on a chalkboard that I was inside the Ascent taking my online courses to catch up on credit, so it was summer school. So yeah, got a tether for that. That sucked. At 18 years old, so about a year or so ago, found out I was adopted. Me and my sister Cheyenne, you know, it was really depressing me finding out, because my sister knew 2 years prior to me actually knowing, and that kind of upset me, because Shai's kept it, you know, one of my, I would consider, best friends. She kind of just hid it from me. I'm over it now, you know, you always have to forgive, but it's just like, it was upsetting at the time. So how I found out I was adopted, we were dealing with social services for something my mom said to the guards while she was in prison, just to get my dad in trouble so she looked like the better parent, but never happening. She was just in a weird state of mind, I guess. And I guess she said like he was touching my sisters in a weird way, or he was like spying on my sisters. It's fucking gross to even talk about. Like, I don't even want to talk about it, because it's just gonna make me so mad right now. But anyways, we're dealing with social services now, so these ladies have to see my dad, my grandma, and my 2 sisters every single month. So we were at his house this time where they met, and I go there because they only want to talk to my dad and my grandma, so I go there. The social services mentioned, so they're adopted, right? And they said yes, but I didn't think anything of it, because I thought maybe it's just like a conversation. Then I get home, it just pops in my head. I'm like, Grandma, am I adopted? So she's like, oh, don't get mad. And I thought she was gonna, you know, screw with me, because like in the past, my mom and other family members would joke around saying I'm adopted, you know, joke around like I'm not actually adopted. And I actually found a picture that had my actual last name on it, and I was like, who the heck is this? But anyways, long story short, I didn't know what to do, but then I found out how my real dad actually was. He's definitely been in and out of prison, not allowed back in the state of Michigan, because he tried killing his girlfriend. He didn't want me in his life. He said, I don't want that little bastard in his life. That's quoted exactly by him from what my grandma told me. And he was just a crazy mofo. Like, he literally would break my mom's arm and kill her. Like, his girlfriend, his last girlfriend, supposedly he ran her over with a vehicle, or attempted to run my mom over, I don't know, to get me out of his life. I don't even know. But long story short, I'm adopted, so yeah. My little sister is actually my half sister then, because she's from my stepdad and my actual mom. So she was actually created some way, you know, with the sperm and the eggs, because my mom, or I don't know, it was weird. I have to remember the story, but I might make that a separate topic. If you want to know, comment in the comment section below. And then eventually, still at 18, I broke into my school with my buddy. I didn't really break in, but that's what everyone calls it. It was actually trespassing, or if you want to know what the charge was, it was unlawful entry, which is obviously aka trespassing. Got in trouble for that, and we just wanted to see what the school was like, you know, over the summer. So we just broke it. We literally took Gatorades, candy bars, and a football helmet. Like, we were not intending to like do anything stupid like that, but see, I'm still making stupid decisions. I just need to get my mind straight, and it's like, I'm doing good now, but like, it's just like, I definitely gotta like get my mind straight and keep out of trouble, you know, because I hate probation so much, because I'm still on it from this, and then I pied someone in the face too, and then I'm on probation 2 times right now. I get off soon, like October in Sandusky, and I get off probably early sometime, maybe around the same time here, because this one was 1.5 years I'm on probation for. The other one's only like 6 months, I think, 9 months, maybe, I don't know, something like that. And then you see me here at 19 years old, and you know, I'm just here. So yeah, so with no further ado, guys, this has been the story of my life, of Fanatic Vlogs life, aka Calvin. If you like this video, please throw a like on it and comment what you thought at the very end. So yeah, with no further ado, I'm gonna close out this video. It's been your boy Fanatic Vlogs, you know, making games, I guess, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call me, Calvin, whatever. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned, and